Hello everyone. Welcome back to Resident Evil 4. I'm going to do one more quick session this afternoon. I think this is, I believe, day 4 of recording. This is session 3 today. We just finished up talking a little bit about zombie media, and I actually want to talk a little bit more about that. I previously quickly touched on this idea that I always think it's kind of silly when people get nitpicky about what does or doesn't count as zombie media. We're about to get a cutscene, I think, so I should maybe not get too into this, but... Hello? Oh, maybe not then. Oof. That's embarrassing. This new level of the new power I have here is pretty solid. Just upgraded this again. But yeah, I always think it's a little bit silly when people get nitpicky about what does and doesn't count as a zombie film, because I mean, zombies obviously aren't real to begin with. So the fact that people are really specific about what counts as like an infected or something is always a little bit silly to me. And in particular, I've heard at times people try to make the argument that this isn't a true... that this isn't like true zombie media or something, because the Ganados are these parasite bros rather than... Speaking of which, because the Ganados have parasites and they can use tools and they can still talk and stuff, they're not really zombies. But I think that, like, ultimately when you talk about the genre as a whole, the idea of having this sort of mindless mob who are I don't know, they have like ego death or like death of their personality is I think kind of crucial to what the genre actually is about. More so than getting into the nitty-gritty of viruses or virality. Because the main characters here are still ultimately humans who are trying to survive and not be infected by this thing that could spread to them. And like, you stop being yourself when you become infected, and these people become sort of unpredictably violent. All of the above I do really think is, I don't know, I think this belongs in the zombie genre. So right off the bat, I guess I wanted to return to that topic, because I think, you know, you can... There's a little nitpicking that one could do in talking about something like 28 Days Later as maybe not really being a zombie film. I think that door's locked. Let's double check. Yeah, you need a thing. It's locked. Offer the sacrifice to the lion. Because the infected in... I think this does open at some point. Maybe on our way out of that hole we just opened up. The infected in 28 Days Later don't eat flesh. That's not, like, well explained in the film, but... yeah, they just don't. Check. Up ahead rests the offering to the lion. Well, that's a useful thing to know. I should also... Okay, nothing behind me, but one ahead. Centered. There we go. But this is very much part of the zombie genre, and it's something I want to revisit, because I do think that there's a lot of interesting stuff in the zombie genre, potentially. This is the other place with the other chainsaw guy that I was thinking of. I think he's up there right now. Yes. Come back. Come back this way. I want to shoot you in the face. There we go. Get back up so I can shoot you in the face again. Get back up so I can shoot you one more time. Maybe twice more. Come on, buddy. Yeah. Nope, missed. Oh, they heard me. They heard my loud-ass gunshots. Unsurprisingly. Come on. But I think that there's a lot of intrigue within the zombie genre, in part because it's fundamentally kind of this Wild West genre. Like, nobody owns zombies, and it's really like the monster of modern creation. Oh, come on. I hear the chainsawman, but I don't see the chainsawman. I think his name is Dr. Salvador. I think I brought that up before, but... Chainsawman, where are you? Doctor? Didn't go to chainsaw school for 7 years for me to call you Mr. Salvador. Oh, he's just stuck on the ladder. Shit. Very cool. Hi. Oh. Hi, buddy. Can you not jump down? It's a monster of modern making, and nobody owns the idea of zombies. Which has, I think, kind of democratized it. It is a genre very open to, like, all comers. And the fact that it is this, like, I don't know, working class movie monster or something, I think is really fascinating. Romero was Pittsburgh based, and, like, Pittsburgh is kind of important to him and what he does. I really don't want to use all my rifle ammo on this guy, but he's making it really easy for me too. Is that it? Is he finally dead? That was me getting impatient. Ow. I just don't want the whatever treasure Salvador dropped. I don't want to despawn. Because there are spawn timers. On drops. Hopefully he's dead. Yes. You got the key to the mine. A nice key. Oh, nice. I want that. Besides the fact that, like, Romero always had this working class aspect to, like, his personal political interests. You guys are gonna make it that easy for me. That's all my shotgun ammo, so I should probably... There we go. Save up. Can't remember, is there anything down here? Is there another nerd? Can't believe there are two of you in the same room. That was a little closer than I wanted it to be. You soak up damage though, more than I thought. There we go. Perfect. Another 10,000. I could reload. I maybe should even. Like I could get another upgrade, but I forgot there were two chainsaw guys here. What did people drop? People didn't drop anything, surprisingly. Besides Romero's political, like personal political opinions on what it meant to make art for the people and art that is sort of aspirational in some regards and politically mindful, and you know, he was kind of a hippie in his own way. Romero was sort of accidentally roped into some of this. Oh, that scared me more than anything else in this room. But yeah, Romero was maybe roped more into it than he had even intended to be. Scepter, or Staff of Royalty. There's this famous story that Night of the Living Dead was sort of accidentally made public domain. So if you want to like download Night of the Living Dead, you just can. Like, it's not illegal for you to do so. Night of the Living Dead is public domain. Anybody can download it. You can project it for free at, you know, if you're a college student or something and you want to have a movie night with hundreds of viewers, or even charging admission, like, you can legally do that. There's no stopping you. Night of the Living Dead is free for whoever wants it. And that was sort of an accident. As memory serves, his partner on the film, I think his name was John Rousseau, who would later go on to do Return of the Living Dead. There was some kind of screw up with that process. And just because I don't want to have to individually, I think there's a few of them in here, so I'm just gonna, so that kills them. So there's sort of a screw up, but the fact that Rousseau kind of screwed up and failed to do this thing, on the one hand, it was really bad for Romero because they ended up not being able to make as much money on that film as they probably should have or could have, because it, you know, theater owners or whoever wanted to could like make copies of it and not pay to rent the reels or to buy copies. So this was bad. This is a bad thing in many regards, especially for like a young filmmaker starting out. But at the same time, it actually like allowed the film to explode in a way that it might not have otherwise. Like, as great a film as it is, I think part of why Night of the Living Dead became so iconic was specifically because it became publicly available for free. The fact that theaters could make their own copies meant that like it became this thing that was showing at theaters like all over the world. It was scarier and like better than most other horror films of its day, but the fact that theater owners could just like show it infinitely really opened it up for I don't want to say abuse, but like it was able to be proliferated in a way that other movies couldn't be, and that kind of like opened it up. And its huge smash success, we're talking like hundreds of millions of dollars made, that huge success is part of why it became this like huge cultural phenomenon. Closer than I want. Oh, chainsaw guy. I forgot about him. Another Salvador. Oh, and the grenades. The grenades don't necessarily stay in their containers. That's not good. Do that to top myself off, push the bar a little further, and then I'll kill the lady real quick. Another chainsaw guy, damn. I'd completely forgotten they show up in this part too. I'm low on shotgun ammo, but I maybe want to keep it in use. Nope. stuck. There we go. Ow. Oh, I might as well. Whoa, I did not hit... wow, I didn't rapidly tap X... Oh, shit, I have to redo the whole thing? Man, that's kind of a bummer. Okay, well... I'm doing better a little bit. Like I'm not getting the money, but it saves a little ammo to be knocking them down rather than having them jump in. Guess I can dodge. Maybe that's why I didn't remember the chainsaw guys. Dang it. Ow! Don't kill me. That's annoying. That's better. That's something. But yeah, the Night of the Living Dead, because of it being this huge smash hit, ended up having an enduring legacy it probably wouldn't have had otherwise. Which isn't necessarily good for Romero's bank account, but like, I think long term he was kind of pleased with the fact that it became this phenomenon. And like out of ammo. Shotgun is the way to go to clear those platforms, though. I'm better on health items too. I guess I can't go ahead from here. But because it was also public domain, what the hell? Why am I dying? I guess we'll try one more time. I don't know why I'm not getting up. I wonder if there's like, if I'm over committing to the prompt and I'm clicking the button when it switches or something. Oh, and I can... Yeah, I can get them early. I should should get up here and then... Come on. There we go. If I fail a third time, I might just scrap this recording and start over, which is something I'd really rather not do, but... So because it was public domain, you got a ton of knockoffs, and it ended up being released under a bunch of different titles in different regions, and a lot of the alternate titles also weren't copyrighted, so... because it had a bunch of different titles available, and all these knockoffs. I'm kind of wasting ammo right now, but I think it's kind of worth it. Maybe being in the front will help me. I don't know. I doubt it. I don't think they can do anything to me now. There we go. Okay, that was kind of annoying. I apologize. I don't know if I've ever failed to that. I know in the case of some games you get this weird thing where, like, if it's running in 60 FPS or something, you can end up with issues where you have, like, QuickTime events or button prompts have, like, really short windows because they're based on the total number of frames passed rather than like a duration of time. So that happens every once in a while. So Night of the Living Dead, so many knockoffs led to this huge cultural cache of it being able to and that's the, yeah, thought so. Huge cultural cache where, like, anybody could make a sequel, and there were tons of knockoffs throughout the 70s. And this was exacerbated further in the late 70s when Romero did Dawn of the Dead, which was also a gigantic hit. That he did copyright, but as I understand it, he couldn't copyright the title, or... There's some issue where it's like he couldn't copyright the title, or he couldn't he could copyright Dawn of the Dead, but in Europe Yeah, okay, sorry. I'm remembering it all now. So in Europe, because Night had been released under so many different titles because of all the bootlegs, the sort of pun of Dawn of the Dead didn't necessarily work. So for your international releases, they changed the title just to Zombie, I believe, at least in Europe, and that led to him having this title that either couldn't be copyrighted or there were some issues associated with the zombie title, but it led to a ton of imitators. And you got this thing with, let's see, do I want to do this one room? I might wait. Okay, I think we might cut this here, but I'll just finish with this explanation of you ended up with a ton of imitators again, where it's like his good films, Romero's good films, because of their various legal issues, were open for a lot of imitators and like bandwagon riders. I don't think we combine anything into that. No. So you actually got a bunch of films that released under the title of Zombie and basically claimed to be sequels or prequels or part of a series with Dawn of the Dead, and nobody could stop that. So maybe next time we'll continue talking through some of the history of the zombie genre with talking about Lucio Fulci's Zombie 2 and this whole network of other things thereafter. So thanks everyone for watching. Sorry this is like sort of a briefer and like slightly more annoying episode than I thought it was going to be. I guess I had just completely forgotten about some of this part of the castle in general, and as a bigger issue, the mine cart, having to do that 3 times was not that fun. So I'm sorry about that. That was weird because I'm pretty sure I was hammering the X button as fast as I could, but these things happen. So it just makes the game a little bit easier. Having a few deaths messes with the game's AI director, and we're not exactly having a hard time, but I don't mind the game being a hair easier, particularly because after this, I am thinking I might do a professional mode run. You unlock a harder difficulty after beating the game once, and that might be fun to do. I'll think about that at least. So anyway, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.